Good morning, students. Let's begin our political science class. Today I am going to explain you NCRT class 11 chapter 1 political science constitution why and how. Constitution. Origin of the term constitution is derived from Latin word constituere, which means to establish. We can define constitution as a constitution is a body of fundamental principles according to which a state is constituted or governed. Now the question come in all of our mind, why do we need constitution? We need a constitution to provide a set of basic rules that allow for minimal coordination among us members of a society which are legally enforceable. Who can decide which rules are the best to suit for the society? The constitution specifies the basic allocation of power in a society. It decides who gets to decide what the laws will be, and in the Indian constitution it is specified that in most instances parliament gets to decide laws and policies, and that parliament itself be organized in a particular manner. Now we are going to discuss about the types of constitution in different parts of the world. There are four type of constitution: written constitution, unwritten constitution, rigid constitution, and flexible constitution. Written constitution: if the constitution of a country or a state are in a written form, it is called written constitution. India's constitution is a written constitution. Unwritten constitution: if the constitution of a state are in a unwritten form, it is called unwritten constitution. For example, Britain. Rigid constitution: tough means where there is no scope of change. If the constitution of a state cannot be amended easily, it is called rigid constitution. For example, America. Flexible constitution: if the constitution of a state can be amended easily, it is called flexible constitution. Example, Britain. So India's constitution is a written constitution as well as rigid as and flexible both. Now we are going to talk about the functions of constitution that make constitution so powerful. First function: to provide a set of basic laws to coordinate the people of a given society. Second, to specify which institution has the decision making authority in a country or society. Third, to limit the powers of the government. And fourth, to enable the government and to fulfill the aspiration and goal of society. First function: constitution allows coordination and assurance. India is the country where we have different religious uh, groups like Hindu, some are Muslim, Christian, and some perhaps profess no religion at all. So they are also varied in many different respects. They pursue different professions and they have different ability, have different hobbies, different taste in everything from films to books. Some are rich and some are poor. The any group will need some basic rules that are publicly promulgated and known to all members of that group to achieve a minimal degree of coordination. For example, in our school, wherever we sit as a class, there were some rules followed by each school which is understood by their student, and they work with that rule. It is simple reason that we have to follow certain rules to sit in this class, whether they are belonging to any caste, creed, or the area. But as they enter in that school, they have to follow the time, uniform code, as well as the subject which they have chosen, the particular time of test, then the result. So this is understood to follow the rules and regulation because they accepted, no, not forcefully, they are accepted all these rules as they are ready to acknowledge all these rules. Same for the country, constitution is prepared by a number of people, and that is acceptable by the people, that's why they follow, and it is not followed by particular group, it is followed by everyone. If citizens have no assurance that other will follow these rule, and they will themselves have no reason to follow these rules, means if any group feel like some of people are not following rules, they also not going to follow it, saying that the rules are legally enforceable, giving us assurance to everybody other will follow these, for if they do not do so they will be punished. So the first function of a constitution is to provide a set of basic rules that allow for minimal coordination among us members of a society. Now we are going to discuss about the second function, specification of decision making power. In beginning we have discussed that um, what role does the perform by the constitution in society. So a specification of decision making power, who is going to decide how the rules or the laws going to implement, when the election conduct, how the things carry forward in executive, legislature and judiciary. These are some kind of functions that followed and carry forward by the government. But the specification of decision making power followed in a particular manner, how it is going to ensure in that way. In the Indian constitution, for example, it is specified that most instances parliament gets to decide laws and policy, and parliament itself be organized in a particular manner. Before identifying what the rule in any given society is, you have to identify who has the authority to enact it. If parliament has the authority to enact laws, there must be a law that so that authority parliament in the first place. So the second function of a constitution is to specify who has the power to make decision in a society. It decide how the government will be constituted. Third, third function is limitation of the power of the government. What does it means? Like constitution given some fundamental rights to their citizen, and once the government form and they try to encroach the rules of or the fundamental rights of the citizen, their power can be controlled by the constitution, and the people can approach to the supreme or high court for their safety purpose. So limitation of the power of the government shows the constitution limit the power of government in many ways. The most common way of limitation of the power government is to specify certain fundamental rights that all of us possess as citizen, and which no government can ever be allowed to violate. Only in the case of emergency that these rights can be limited during time of emergency, and constitution specify the circumstances under which these rights may be withdrawn. So third function of a constitution is to set some limits on what a government can impose on its citizen. These limits are fundamental in the sense that government may never trespass them. The fourth functions of constitution, aspirations as goal of a society. When government appointed, it is the duty of government to fulfill the aspiration and goals, and in the form of some social welfare schemes were given priority by Indian constitution that carry forward by the government in their tenure time, that provide some sort of benefits to the society. So aspiration and goals of society, Indian constitution is finest example. Also provide enabling framework for the government to do certain positive things to express the aspiration and goals of society. The framer of the Indian constitution, for example, thought that each individual in society should have all that is necessary for them to lead a life of minimal dignity and social self respect, minimal material well being, education, etc. The Indian Constitution enables the government to take positive welfare measures, some of which are legally enforceable, like right to education. That is very important. Up to 14-year age, uh, uh, the children can get free education. And the directive principles of state policy also enjoy government to fulfill certain aspiration of the people. So fourth function of a constitution is to enable the government to fulfill the aspiration of society and create condition for a just society. Now we are going to sum up the video with fundamental identity of the people. The uh, Constitution makes some basic laws. These laws explain who should rule the society and how should be ruled. It is called national identity for fundamental or fundamental identity, or you can say collective identity. This means the people as a collective entity come into being only through basic constitution. One has many sets of identity that exist prior to a constitution. Um, by agreeing to certain basic norms and principle, one constitute one's basis political identity, and second moral identity. For example, in Germany, identity was constituted by being ethnically German, and the different nation embody different conception what the relationship between the different region of nation and the central government should be. The relationship constitutes the national identity of the country. Now, political identity and moral identity means by accepting the basic rules and regulation by the people, it is called political identity. And moral identity means that what should do and what should not be do. It respect, it represent the values of society. It is called moral identity. Whenever national anthem start, we stand in a savdhan position. This is moral identity, है ना. We can make political party, we can vote election, these are political identity. So, for today, this is all. Next, we are going to talk about in next video uh, the authority of constitution. So, write all the notes related to this. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.